Unit 5 Speaking 1. Warm-up. What types of public transportation exist where you live? Public transportation is when you go to places not in your own car. No, you use a taxi or a bus or an underground service. Exist, you have it where you live. And how often do you use them? Well, where I live, we have a public bus service that is quite efficient. Efficient means it is good. It doesn't use a lot of time. It doesn't use a lot of money. Unfortunately, we don't have an underground or sky train yet. Sky train is a train that moves on bridges above the ground. I don't use the buses very often because I have my own car, our family car, which we use to go to different places. 2. Help solve a problem. When you solve a problem, you try to find a solution. You try to end this problem. Work with a partner. Student A, read the situation, look at the pictures and ask the questions. Student B, go to page 87. Page 87 is right here. Read the information and answer student A's questions. These are the questions student A will ask. The situation is the same. I am your friend and I have a problem. Find out, try to know what my problem is and offer me some good advice. You should look at the pictures below, these pictures, and ask, who is this person? What is the problem and what are the options? Then, when you have all the information you need, you should offer some advice to help solve the problem. You can choose one of the options or you can create, make your own solution. Again, solution is the noun, solve is the verb. When you try to end a problem. Remember to use information you learn from asking questions to explain your final choice. Finally, after you have shared your decision, after you say your decision to your partner, you will be asked more questions about the topic. Student B, who is this person? He is a friend, a relative, one of your family members, or a colleague, someone you work with. What the problem is, the person's old car broke down. It's not working anymore. And he must get a new means of transportation. Means of transportation means a way to get to places, to go to work or go to school, like cars, buses, motorcycles. He cannot decide what to get, which to choose. You have two options. One, a car. The advantages of cars, they can accommodate, they can have several passengers, more than 2 people, and are convenient, suitable for carrying things, moving things from one place to another. Also, you are not affected by weather conditions. Affected, if it's raining, the rain will not make you wet. Weather conditions, like if it's raining or if it's snowy or if it's very hot, if you are inside a car, you are protected from all these elements. However, they are harmful to the environment. For the atmosphere, they are not good. They pollute, they cause pollution, and they consume a lot of gas, petrol. Or maybe you can get a motorcycle. The advantages of motorcycles, they are cheap and they are convenient in traffic. You can get to places faster if there are a lot of cars on the road. Also, you don't have parking problems. However, you can take only one passenger. they cannot accommodate several people, several passengers, and it is difficult to carry a lot of things. They are inconvenient, not suitable in bad weather. If it's very hot or if it's raining, then it's not good to have a motorcycle. These words and phrases can help you. You can read them in your own time. If I were him means I'm assuming I'm him. I'm pretending to be him in the same situation. Commute means when you travel every morning from home to work. When we say travel, doesn't mean like from one city to another. No, it means we go from home to work. Cost of gas, the money you spend on gas, on petrol. Now, if you will choose buying a car, then you could say, if I were him, suppose that I'm him, I would definitely buy the car because he can use it to commute to work and go on vacation with his family. You wouldn't be able to do this with the motorcycle. Take your family on a vacation. Also, buying a car is a good idea because unpredictable weather. Sometimes you cannot predict the weather. You don't know if it's going to rain. Such as rain or extreme heat will not affect his journey. It is also safer and more comfortable, especially when you want to cover long distances, cross a lot of kilometers or miles. If you will choose the motorcycle, you could say, the best solution would be to buy a motorcycle because it's much cheaper, both to buy and use. They don't consume a lot of gas. A motorcycle consumes, burns, uses less gas than a car and is less harmful to the environment. It is less harmful because it uses less gas. Also, it's faster even during rush hour. Rush hour is early in the morning when everybody's going to work or school, or even in the afternoon when everybody is going home and the traffic is very heavy on the roads. Now, further discussion. Discuss the following questions. You can use some of the words and expressions in the box. Comfort, time consuming, it uses a lot of time, it needs a lot of time. Improve, frequent, it happens a lot. Computerized, computerized means it uses a computer to run. Complicated, it's not simple. Necessity, how important something is. Necessity. Necessity is a noun. The adjective is necessary. It is necessary, it is important. Obligation, when you are bound to do something. Something that you must do. Obligation. Why do you think many people like to drive to school and work rather than instead of using public transportation? Why? Well, actually, it is more comfortable than standing in a crowded bus. You know, when a lot of people are on the bus or train, driving is less time consuming and far more convenient because there is no need to wait at bus stops or subway stations. In your opinion, what can be done to encourage people, to make people use public transportation? Make them want to use it. Improving facilities, improving bus stops and stations for the elderly, for the old people, and people with disabilities, people who cannot walk. And reliable, something you can rely on. And safe night service that would appeal, that would interest young people. Reducing, when you reduce, you make something less. The travel time, make it less time consuming. New routes, this can be pronounced as routes or routes. Routes or routes are the ways, the streets you move on to get to places within and on the outskirts of the city. Outskirts are the areas that are far away from the city center. What do you think vehicles, H is silent, vehicles will be like in the future? Vehicles like cars, buses, trains, they are all vehicles. Can you describe them? Well, they will probably run on alternative sources of energy. They will probably not use gas or petrol. They maybe will use solar energy, energy from the sun. Is it possible to have a form of transportation that is not harmful to the environment? Doesn't cause pollution? Well, it is possible, I think, in the future. Well, today only bicycles are not harmful to the environment because all other public transportation use gas and they release CO2, carbon dioxide, in the atmosphere. Some experimental cars that the scientists are testing now. They are not for sale yet. You can't buy them. They are experimental, still being tested, are already using alternative sources of energy, like using the sun. So I believe that in the future, there will be a form of transportation that won't be harmful to the environment. Thank you for watching this video. If you like it, please share it with friends. I will see you again next time, inshallah. Goodbye.